Good evening, everybody. My name is Ed, and welcome to my 16th Plushie review. Tonight, I will be reviewing one of my most recent acquisitions, who I call, Fiona. Oh, right. Fiona, as of course I've named her, was made by Aurora. I got her for Christmas. The Christmas just gone, of course. And, anyway, let's start with the review in further detail, of course. So, let's start with the face. Okay, on the nose, there isn't a great amount of detail, but I think it looks good and looks reasonably proportioned in relation to her face, and her eyes are, I think, just as basic. There's not a lot of detail, but they look really good as well. And the mouth, that's pretty much the same, just as basic, not a lot of detail, but it looks really but it looks good, thanks to the stitching, thanks to the way it's been stitched on, and yes, you may have noticed this. I think this is how foxes are meant to look in the wild, with ears being white on the back and black. Sorry, white on the front, sorry, and black on the back. And I do believe that half her head and her belly is the right colour, white. It's something. It's a good match for. In my opinion, this is a good match for their for Fiona's wildlife counterpart. And what else can I say? Oh, right, of course. Not forgetting the. Of course, now, let's. Of course, now then, let's move on to the legs, shall we? Right. Okay, while we're at it, the legs. All four legs look reasonably basic. But, although the way they're coloured is pretty much, correct, especially the paws, which themselves look rather basic, but from my point of view, this shouldn't matter too much. Um, and as for the tail, um, there's not a lot of stuffing in here. There's hardly any stuffing at all in here. But I mean, but do I complain? No, of course not. So, because of the lack of stuffing, it does turn out to be very flat. But again, do I complain? No. And another feature about this particular plushie, I like its so-called flexible body. So much so that you could, with this, well, being a flopsy, of course, you could mould it into, well, any pose you want, I suppose. Like this, for example. There are. You can have her sitting like this, or you can have her lying down. Like this. Ah, yes. Yes. Hmm. And, right. Marks out of 10? I would give marks out of 10? I think I'd give her a 9. Because she isn't perfect, but in general, she's really good. I mean, small, but small, but really cuddly. Well, God bless you, viewers. God bless.